See, their service was nowhere on the level of the other place I was at.
Yeah.
So the manager and GM at that time was like, yo, I was like, so we're gonna need 10 security because it's gonna be this, and we're gonna need this and that, all this and that. I show up that night, it's 2 security for the entire building.
Man.
I remember there was a huge rat that was on the steps. Because I remember I was about to go up and it was people at the bottom of the step like, oh, and it was people at the top of the steps like, whoa. And I'm like, why nobody? And
Nobody in the middle of the steps.
And and they like, oh, everybody's scared. And it's a huge rat. I remember seeing security come run past the people upstairs. And I'm like, all right, bet he about to handle it. Literally said, you can't make this up. He said, shit, I get paid, but now I don't get paid that much. Goes, jumps over the joint, runs past me. I'm like, what the?
Nigga ran.
I'm like,
how security gonna be scared of the rat though?
And I'm like, this is a safety situation. So I go back to the kitchen. I grab 2 glasses, and I have people shine their light, and I ended up having to catch it. Because the reason why I always bring this stuff up, because I'm like, yo, I did not want to do this.
Yeah, had to.
And so I'm like, because ain't nobody else. So I
had to do it.
Trapped it in the joint, went and took it out with the bus, and we had to let it out back.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that night, and everybody like, oh, bro, you killing it. You just that and the third. But I'm sitting there just kind of like.
This nigga throwing parties.
Fuck?
This nigga
no, this should be
rats.
handled. Why the fuck I just had to do all that?
The exterminator, the bouncer.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, yo, this is not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so wait, were you like upset at the venue, or were you just upset at the situation? Like,
I was upset.
Were you upset at this point?
I was upset. I mean, kind of like I was a little bit of all that, and then I was just like, yo, what's like? I mean, do I go ask like do I go say, hey man, you know what?
It's rats here.
What?
Like, nah, let me
bad
spin
for
the block.
business.
No, but then when I was upset at the venue is when then after that I explained that, and then we did an event late. We did. Once the brunch season start, like kind of that springtime, and we started the brunch here, we did 2 events. And again, there was another situation with security where they were outnumbered. And that was a matter of like staffing and like safety wise, there is no reason where if a venue is of a certain size and you know that you're going to have you need to have a certain amount of security for everyone's safety. I don't like, regardless of just a party, all that shit, I don't play that. Like I'm big on like, yo, let's turn, like, I used to party. Right. So let's turn up, but is everybody good?
Right.
Early.